Hey guys, it's Norman, and this is Detailing After Dark. It's one of my first real episodes, so I got a better mic. Got this HyperX little mini lightsaber, glow in the dark thing. But I'm just gonna be going into detail about how to actually properly clean cars as far as when you're trying to sell it. So whether that be the photos are good, is your car actually ready to sell? Is it the right time to sell? What do I mean by right time to sell? If it's not a car that's meant for winter, you shouldn't be trying to sell in winter. If it's meant for summer and you're trying to sell it in winter, it's not going to sell, and vice versa, stuff like that. How many photos you need to take, what kind of photos that is, what those may be. Videos are a huge thing that you need to be doing as well. Um, and, you know, let's see here, all the things I'm going to go over. Missing the angles, present damage honestly, be truthful about it. Uh, when detailing is worth it and when it isn't. I tell people that all the time when they're selling cars. How to actually write a listing. I always see how people write stuff and it's just like totally off. It actually doesn't fit the narrative that they're trying to spin as far as what's the car used for, how have you used it, is it a daily workhorse, expand on why the high mileage, quote unquote, low mileage, vice versa. So I'll be looking at on Facebook, and then I'll be also looking on one of my other listing private sellers that I watch. Really like them a lot, stuff like that. And yeah, that's just what stuff I do is me as a detailer. I want to give kind of my inside kind of outlook, inside looking out, and sometimes also outside looking in because I do buy cars because I love cars as well. Surprise, surprise. And let's get into it here. So this one is local auction house. Ooh, that is a bright screen. 86 cars. So this is what I would say would be considered a good salesmanship. They go click over right here. So they go into detail about fee costs. You're not buyer costs, buyer's non-payment fee, stuff like that, mandatory towing fees, blah blah, and stuff like that. And then we look at it, and this is where I show a lot of people, and I tell all my clients go to this website so they know how to sell their car. Has the outside nice 45 angle almost, another 45 back, another 45, another 45. So the four photos that I tell people that they need to do minimum is outside four photos. That way it's all four sides of the car, inside, passenger, driver, driver's back, passenger back, and trunk space. If you have like a wagon or some sort. And if you have a sedan, it's still five photos. You just got to take a picture of the trunk. Picture of the engine. That way they know what they're getting into. Is it old? Has it been cleaned? Has it just been messed with? It negates all questions. Speedometer is another important thing you should always put in, whether it be digital or mechanical. This is mechanical because it's not digital like your cell phone is digital in this case. Just kind of apples and oranges it. Um, taking that photo, taking a photo of the inside. What are they getting? This is an auction house, so they're not cleaning these out to sell them. You'll do all that yourself if you really want to. Picture of the whole front end. You see everything you're getting into on this. No questions asked. That way, if you're gonna spend 500 and then you show up there and you're like, why is it 500? You know, and that's what I always hate is I see these videos and these photos. That one didn't have a video. Does that one have keys? Keys. I'll show you one that's actually good. No keys. Keys. So there should be a video. Yep, there's a video. Here we go. So, as a video, playing the sound, you hear it all. No questions. If you're a mechanic, you know what you're getting into when you're in videos. As far as is the belt going bad, engine, do you hear any leaks like a exhaust leak because it sounds very loud? You don't hear it on here at all. And that right there is a good sell. It has multiple images. Let's see here. So it has no inside images, so that's very questionable. I don't know why they did that for once. And this is where they're gonna get more questions and answers if this was a private seller. Um, and that's the problem, is it a private seller or is it not? And that's like one of the big things that you have to deal with. And a lot of people don't understand that until boom, 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 we go here, going on my Facebook page. That way I can actually see stuff. Car section. And this is where it just gets real difficult. It's just really hard to tell somebody not to do something ridiculous. Probably this one, case in point. Oh, they did a video. Does it have sound? Yep, has sound. So 6 seconds. I would have liked to have been at least 15. And you should also take a video of your interior of the car and also a video of other check engine lights on, stuff like that. This person says, are you more mechanically inclined, run and drive? I recommend towing it. Exhaust cracked with O2 sensors. And it's just not detailed. Is it cracked on the exhaust manifold? Is it cracked on the engine exhaust? Like, where is it cracked? And stuff like that. It's just really crazy. So, exterior 1, interior, and interior. So this is a quote unquote beater with a heater. It took a pretty good amount of photos and pictures, photos and video, but just kind of just throwing out there where you're just saying goes into limp mode once. It runs and drives, but I recommend towing it as there was an issue with it going to limp mode once. Exhaust cracked, and it's just like not very detailed. But of course, I said mechanically inclined, so they're really not trying to deal with it. But just to tell somebody mechanically inclined has over 250,000 miles, and you're saying $1,500, ghost in the wind. No, I really wonder. Let me check my. It's a good selling price for this, and that's where it gets really, really bad thing. Yeah, it's just no. Yeah, my mechanic's hobby is someone needing a winter beater. They expect fixings but still want to deal. Yeah, cold start video, stuff like that. Perfect mechanic. Um, it just needs to say engine bay, undercarriage, frame, what's up, dash lights, seat close up, exhaust crack. What is it? Like, these are things that should not only be said, but they should be shown. And that's just where it gets a pretty problem. And then this person probably has barely any, probably had very minimal messages as far as buying it. This one, let's see what this one. This one looks like a goofball. And I was right. This boy's doing some random photo sideways. It's not even summertime anymore, so he really needs to update this. What does it look like now? Is there any damage or signs like that? Blurry, chalky. What was he trying to do? Like a 1 mile away photo? Like, this is crazy. What's the next one? And this is where it gets to be a problem. Like, this person obviously hasn't sold this car. 1500, 209 manual transmission. No photos of the inside. I'm not even going into detail about that. What do you say for the description? Has a few headlights on dash. Has a few lights on the dash. Basically straight piped. Checking the lights on, airbag, ABS, traction control, but I have traction control and AV sensors. I have it in the car, just not connected. No. No, that car is worth $500 to $700. That person destroyed their own quote unquote car flip. And those are the things that'll get you. It's just like he was at least honest in some way, but it's like he needs to also be honest with himself and say this is $500 to $700. unless he's gonna remove all the lights off the dash. Like the check engine light needs to be off. The like traction control in Alaska on a newer car. If that's off, that car is gonna be flipping all over the road. Um, and no, it just ain't gonna happen. So, you know, let's see here. I guess what I would have wrote here is just something way better. Let's see, has a few lights on dash. I wouldn't even have said that has a few lights on dash. I would have just said straight piped. Um, yeah, they customized it mechanically, maybe, but I know they customized the exhaust, and they need to be upfront about what did they buy a part online. Who's the maker? Is it just custom to where they bought the pipe and did it themselves? That's something that needs to be detailed. Check engine lights on, airbag, ABS, traction control, by traction control and ABS sensors. So why is the airbag on? So those are just things where it's just like there's so much left in the open on this, and I don't believe him for a second for the 209,000 miles if there's not even a picture of the interior. It just we ain't playing the monkey games, and that's why this car's still up. You know, it's been summertime. What about this? Subarus are super big up here. Boy, that thing looks beat up from the feet up. What is this? Well, that looks good. That looks awful. So again, this is three pictures. Has heated seats, mirrors. I don't know if it has heated seats because I can't even see inside the vehicle. Why is it so clean there? And then it looks like it just survived a nuclear blast. Like it just completely apples and oranges. As this notorious for failing aftermarket radio. I don't know what that means. Plus sound system, new tires, and fresh oil change. Has slight issues with AC, but heat works and needs a new AC compressor. Miles will go up as it's a daily driver. First come, first serve. Nothing mechanically isn't working. Transmission, engine work as needed. Hasn't failed me since I've owned it. Super great. So he's just trying to. I mean, that's doesn't look like the same car. This is why it's terrible to take random photos and then put them together because now you don't know what car you're going to get. That car looks completely different than that car. Terrible photos. What is that car? That looks like a different car. Take the same photo within 2 to 3 minutes of each other. Actually, 30 seconds. The outside should take you 1 minute max of taking photos, moving, taking photos. Inside should take you another minute. Then you have another 1 to 2 minutes for video of the starting the car, looking for any lights on the dash, and then going and looking at the engine while it's on with the hood up. And if you got space to be able to do it, show the underside of the engine. Is there oil leaks? Is there damage? Is there bent pipes? Blah, blah, blah. You know, those are huge things that go a long way when you're trying to sell your car. Like, it's just kind of weird. I don't understand why you're going to do something so crazy. Like, for me, I sold every car I saw within a day or two. And it's the A, B, and C's. A, did I take my 8 to 12 photos? Did I take my 1 to 2 videos? Then my description, whatever it is. In this case, I'll say the last one I sold was a Subaru 2001. I printed it all out. And then a photo should be of your mileage. Your mileage should be in a photo, a snippet, single cropped. That's the mileage on the car. That's 9. So you should be between 9 to 12 photos. Clean the car out. Okay, if you're selling the car, there shouldn't be nothing in the car. I always dislike going to a car that has stuff in it. It just screams to me that it's just like another storage unit, meaning I don't think you've taken care of it as best as you could. I don't think you even care if this person ends up dead in the water 3 miles down the road. And then on top of that, So you got photos, videos, clean out the car, description. The biggest thing is the description, which is in this case the 2001 Subaru I sold. I put up there in the header, which this guy has, 2001 Subaru Outback, basic, wagon, four door. So he probably went on Kelly Blue Book to figure out what exactly car he has. Honest about the color. Um, Let's see what else he wrote. All that vehicles paid off. But seller description: 2001 Subaru Outback, 200,000 miles on it. Okay, what is the actual mileage? I don't know. Has heated seats? I don't know. Heated mirrors? No clue. Didn't take any photos or videos of the inside. Um, and the rear wiper actually works, as is notorious for failing. Aftermarket radio? Don't know. Sound system new? No clue. Tires? I don't know. These photos are so bad to where I don't know if those are new, old, or slightly used. Um, and in that case, I don't know if you change the oil. Slight issues with the AC. Usually ACs here in Alaska fail out. Your AC fails out if you don't use it. It's kind of like if you don't use it, you lose it. You have to use it. I tell my clients you should be using AC through the winter because it's a drying agent. So as it's wet in the winter, especially with the snow and the ice build up, it actually will dry out your car faster. It'll actually help with the heat up process of the at the start of your day and also while you're driving. It takes away the moisture. That's what AC is good for. Is it dries out and cools off? Because the one thing that you don't want, if you haven't noticed, when you turn AC on, you're not wetter. The air is not moist. It's because the AC is kicking a dry, cool thing when you're actually using it, or a dry, hot. So, uh, food for thought. But up here in Alaska, people don't really use it a lot because they're not told that. So they end up killing their AC units because AC doesn't get used. The gases go and evaporate and get out. Um, Nothing mechanical isn't working. I would have just said I've upkept the mechanical. I've upkept. What's a good process here? Let's see. A better way to write this. I upkept the mechanical work on my vehicle. And I was going Grammarly and stuff to figure this out. Let's see. The vehicle has been upkept with regular maintenance. I use ChatGPT for some some of the stuff that I do right, just so I can sound a lot more professional, a lot more accurate, and it's easier to read. It's like, hey, I'm talking to somebody that's more analytical, somebody that's more emotional, stuff like that, and it helps me and it teaches me so I can learn basically how to talk better. So yeah, I've kept the mechanical maintenance up to date. I've maintained the vehicle well mechanically, like things like that. I wouldn't have put all this. That's a little wordy. I wouldn't have said the mechanically isn't working. Transmission engine work as need, and hasn't failed me since I've owned it. Um, yeah, I would have just went boop. I stayed on top of the mechanical upkeep and repairs. Boom, that's it. Mechanical maintenance has been consistently taken care of. Stuff like that. Just whisk it. And I always tell people, go on Google and write your car in a positive way, but also be transparent about stuff that's damaged, and show photos of that, show videos of that. You shouldn't be. I don't buy a car if I find out stuff when I show up. I'll just walk off. I do it all the time. I come up to a car. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that damage. Um, oh, the mileage is different. Oh, it's still my daily. You didn't say that. So now I'm really kind of cautious. I'm kind of on my heels now. This isn't a good buy, and I walk away. So stuff like that will keep you in the green. So hopefully that helps. I think it just is a better outs a better stupid me and words, we don't mix well. That's why detail cars, they don't talk back to me. um Hope that helps. It's just a 1 2 3. You need to take your 9 to 12 photos, 1 to 3 videos. The first video should be of the mileage, the inside of the car going out to the engine while it's all running. And so that way they can hear the way the engine sounds. They can see the mileage live. You don't have to try to justify yourself on why you wrote the mileage anywhere on your sales. And clean out the car is number two. Photos, videos, clean out the car. Uh, Actually, in this case, actually, you need to clean out the car, then take your photos and videos, and then on your listing details, you can look back at your photos and videos and be like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. This is what I need to write in there. Is this working? Is this not working? And it kind of gets you ready to where, as if you were trying to buy the car, you're honest about it. Is there damage somewhere? Did you take that extra photo of the damage on the car or in the car? Is something broken? Do you take photos of that? Is the videos of the sound of the clunking or the weird belt whistle, stuff like that. Oil leaks, leaks in general. Um, and then once you're set, your description should just be clean and sweet. It should just be the car that you're selling, the year, make, and model. That's all you should put in there. Um, and then from there, the description, that's where you add in the positives, kind of sandwich it. If you're a manager, you know what I'm talking about. Positive, the negative, and then the positive. Positive in this case, when we're looking at this Subaru, hey, these are meant to last a long time. This is the mileage. Has heated seats, the heated mirrors, and updated the radio. That way, is it Bluetooth? I don't know. What's the sound system you put in there, stuff like that. The new tires, I would have taken a better photo of the tires, especially, and then just like kind of moved on from there. And then with that, you don't have to add anything. The mileage is already in the photos you put up. The questions to 99% of the answers are in the photos. Your description is just the last, or the 95 to 99% is in the photos. The next 1 to 5% is going to be in the description, and then you're smooth sailing. The only thing you should be getting hit with now is OBO or best offer. You say 1,500, somebody can come back with 1,000. Do you feel are you being robbed or whatnot, stuff like that. Um, and that's the important side of it. That's the side that you need to figure out and move forward. Hopefully that helps. Otherwise, take care. Peace.